Hey YouTube, hope you're doing well. About a week ago, we discussed FIFAe and countries that have been provided. We had 6, and we have finally gotten the remaining 10 all listed out. So we have all 16 countries, and some people are kind of upset about some of the results. We're going to try to provide as many details as we can as time progresses. But first things first, let's talk about the remaining countries. We've got them all listed out and everything. The first 3 and the next iteration was Germany, Argentina, and Turkey. Germany makes sense. Razier's Talks, probably Rizex, if I had to guess, is going to be the main 3. For the Argentina guys, AJG, Unbroken, and then who the third would be. We kind of just looked at the true neutral rosters and some of the high-performing players through results. Misery and Mazakin looked like the most likely. And then we tried to look for Turkey, and we had some problems. Basically, you've got Mertzi. All the people listed on Wikipedia hadn't had any recent results in the last year. Like 2022 was really popular in 2023, but we haven't seen any RLCS level players at that notable level, which was insane. So a lot of people throwing up in arms on this, on who the last ones are going to be, to which we then got the final 4. They announced Portugal with a Chronic, Xpere, and somebody else. Arfar is who they did with the original Luna Galaxy roster, so we'll see. But a Chronic seems to be like the number 1, and then outside of that, you're going with his coach. So that's a little interesting. They did confirm Australia, which I was happy to see. We basically put down the power roster. They did confirm France, rightfully so. Who France is going to send, what that's going to be. Keep in mind, these do still have qualification problems, potentially. We'll have another future video kind of breaking down. I've been reaching out to some contacts about how these teams are formed and what's happening. So hopefully some insight on those in a future video. So make sure you guys hit subscribe and stuff so you don't miss out on that. And then we do have Chile, Raceball Pan, and Davitrox. That's actually a very, very solid team. So that's exciting to see those as well. Simplify things in my document. We had some conversations of our top 16, which are all associated. And the big ones that we're discussing, we're missing Italy, Canada, and Japan, which is wild to not have anyone from the APAC region. We don't have any Canadians. And like JNaps says it perfectly, you would have had the most popular pro player in RLCS history in Squishy, who would unretire to play, himself, who's been an OG forever, and then another high-level RLCS player with Canada. And that could have been Lethamir unretiring. You could have had Talk. You could have had Creams. There's so much talent in Canada. And like Canada has been performing at the highest level for such a long time, which has kind of led to the conversation of why is this the case? Why is it the teams? Why are teams like Portugal, who have 1 pro? Why is it Turkey, who many don't have any? Like, we don't know. And yes, Rise could, and people are saying in chat, Rise could go play for Portugal if he wants to. He does live in Lisbon. But the difficulty is, like, he's probably going to play for England. Very likely he's going to play for England with Oski and, like, Jack or something. We don't know what the roster is going to be. We tried to build some of them. But the reality is now that we have all 16, we can kind of see it fleshed out. There is different qualification processes for this. It is up to the Football Association. We'll talk more on an update video about how these things come to be, but those are your 16 countries that are competing. That is who is filling out. We tried to kind of put our best foot forward on who's going to play where. I think France, again, we just put in Vitality to see if they want to play together. I assume that's not going to be the case. If I would have to guess, it'd probably be Vatira, Zen, and somebody else. We don't know. I think a lot of these options could go over. I don't think that is going to happen anymore. I think they have confirmed that they're going to stick and play with the full strength. But some of these teams look good. My favorite, though, is Morocco. I want to see that team so desperately. Drali, Nas, and Itachi would be absolutely cracked. And the saddest thing is that it still may not happen. If you want to make sure you know why that is, make sure you guys hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we'll be covering all that in a future video. But yeah, our 16 teams are announced. We have everybody who is going to be competing at the FIFAe Rocket League World Cup in 2024. We still don't know dates. We still don't know those specifics. We have updates hopefully coming in the future, and I'll keep you guys up to date on them when I can. But yeah, some more news as I get more details in the future about it, about why and how these things are happening and how these teams come to be. But with that said, as always, appreciate you guys watching the video, and we'll check you out in the next one.